That right there is Oksana. Oksana went from $0 to $511,000 in a single month using Amazon FBA. And for people who don't think that's real, you can literally go into my private student group right now and you can find her. She's a real person. She used to be a corporate drone and she just made $511,000 in one single month. And if you're thinking to yourself, okay, but she might be like an outlying case, it can't all be like that. Well, these are all just a few of my students who've used the exact same Amazon FBA system that Oksana used to make over $500,000 in a single month. All of these students are using the exact same student blueprint. And if you think this is a scam, ask yourself.
Oh, hey guys. Okay. So, good afternoon. So, I have my little potatoes here, but I'm going to go I forgot to grab my water. So, I was kind of like starting to chicken out. I was like, maybe I can't tell this story. I was like, these people ain't grown enough for this. Because I said how I got to church. That child. Y'all know about the pastor. Mm-hmm. All right. So, I'm going to go for people a few minutes and find out what's him. Now, all I did was be lazy and boil me some potatoes, threw some cheese or some little bit of butter, cheese on them. Okay. And then I put my seasoning, salt, Old Bay, red pepper. So just give few people just a few minutes to get here. Like I said, I know people be at work. Because if I had been a good girl, I would have been to work too. But, so I'm going to just start out and just tell y'all a little bit. I'm going to give my disclosure. First of all, this video is a little adult. It's definitely adult content. That's why you have to be at least 18 years old to be in the Chatterbox. It's definitely not going to end up with a doll story. So, let me just tell y'all. So, all of us is in some type of relationship. Whether you're married, you with a man, you with a woman, or, your imaginary friend who you call Bob. I mean, some of y'all might call him Billy. Something. I don't know. But we all in a relationship. Before I get all the way into the story, which will give people time enough to get here, let me tell you a little bit about my background outside of dolls. When I was younger, I used to sell toys, adult toys. I used to do toy parties and stuff like that. Novelty parties is what they call it. Most of the time, people bought more of the novelty items than the actual toys. But that's what people refer to it as. Ooh, you do those toy parties. But most people, And I did it from all different crowds. Very educated, high-class women to low-class ghetto, ratchet women to some mixed crowds with even church women in there. Oh gosh, guys. I don't know how many of y'all still on lunch, but wait. Is it working? Should be working. Okay. All right, let's see. See if we can get people to come back. Hello guys, come back. Let me see if I can post a picture. Oh, honey, I'm trying to notify everybody. It's like, oh, she looks so cute. Okay, guys, I ain't lying. I guess my internet got cut off. Stripping ain't paying the bills no more. What's going on? I was like, dang, is this a sign? I'm like, this must be a sign that I shouldn't tell this story. I was like, dang. I was like, okay, maybe I shouldn't tell this story. And then I realized it was just a sign that I didn't pay my bill. I paid a bill this morning and last week and the week before that. I'm paying too many people bills. Oh my God, don't ever grow up and have kids. Yeah. So anyway, so in the middle of our live stream, the service got disconnected. I told y'all I was broke. Y'all thought I was playing. All right. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So give a couple people to get back in, because I know it just like woof, it just went away. So let me just give a couple people a few minutes. We was talking about the church lady when she came back into the private room when I used to do the little but this is not the church story. I'm just telling y'all a little bit of my back history of the crazy things I used to do. So I just don't know what happened. All right, so are you guys here? Let me see. Let me make sure it's not. Okay. Whoa. Oh gosh, what did I do? All right. There we go. Okay. So right now it look like I just have Lachelle's Sweethearts Reborn Nursery and Nima. So okay. But yeah. So the lady says to me, she says, so that stuff that you was talking about, she says, so it's gonna keep me from like gagging or whatever it is. And I was like, yeah. So anyway, long story short, the lady ordered the grape flavor, the strawberry flavor, the watermelon flavor. She ordered like a whole 6-pack. I was like, this is the same lady that was sitting there going, oh my God, I can't believe you guys do that. Now she went, I was like, oh my God. So from that moment on, I was like, okay, there are people in this world that do things, and then there's people in the world that do things but pretend they don't do things. Okay. So I was like, okay, just be comfortable in your own skin. You can't worry about what people say, because people will judge you and they will say all types of things. And 9 times out of 10, either they've already done the things that you are trying or whatever. So, where are my people? I hope they find their way back. Let me put on the thing. I feel so bad because people were coming in, and then it just it went out. All right. I'm just trying to give a couple people a few minutes. I know a lot of y'all are at work and stuff like that, so I just wanted to see, I wonder if can I, hang on, let me see something else. Let me share this. Wait. I'm just trying to make sure. Okay. All right. So y'all back. Okay, good. Ashley, I was just waiting for Ashley to come back too. So yeah, so anyway, so long story short of the whole sell toy thing I used to go to different hotels. I did bachelorette parties. I did all types of parties. I used to make a lot of money. I first used to sell like home interior pictures, wall pictures, which was, wall art, and to everybody. And I used to do decorating parties and stuff like that. And that did okay. But I mostly was doing it for the discount to get my products for like 45% or 55% off. So that's why I was doing the picture thing, because I wanted to decorate my house. And at the time, I didn't have the money to spend $300, $400 on a picture. So I did that. But then my brother who passed away, his girlfriend at the time, which was his wife when he passed away, she came from Atlanta, and she was like, I want to do this party. And it was like a toy party. And I was like, oh, okay. I've never been to one of those. So she was like, will you be my host? And I was like, yes. She said, not my host. Would you be my host? And so I said, yes. I had to repeat that just in case. So I was like, okay. So she did this party, and it was like great. And it was so funny. And I was laughing, and, I was like injecting. And afterwards she goes, you would be really good at this. So I was like, wow, okay. So I was like, I don't know. So then she ended up getting me to do it, and I made money. I mean, 3 hours. Women that were sophisticated, high class, never would have thought in a million years that they were somewhere buying a bzzz. Anyway, I would make $1,000 easy in 3 hours. Like, presentation hour and a half, selling another hour and a half, and boom, I was there. So that just tells you that sex sells. Anyway, so needless to say, I'm very comfortable walking through hotels and different places because I've done a lot of parties in my days. I mean, I've had people that call me back over and over again, mostly because I'm just silly and stupid, and I used to play a lot of fun games. Anyway, so I used to teach women, a lot of married women and couples, and I even did lesbian parties and all this and stuff. I did not discriminate. Money was money. Money was green. My cousin invited me to a hotel. I'm always going to hotels and not knowing what I'm getting myself into. And she said, I booked this hotel room, and we're going to have a party, a group of my friends. So this is a cousin that I didn't really grow up with. And and so we so anyway, we the what was it? Oh yeah. So we didn't grow up together really, but she's older than me, and so I said, sure, I'll do the party or whatever. And so when I came to the door, because my ex-husband at the time, this was when I was married, my ex-husband would actually drive me to the party. Sometimes he would sit in the parking lot depending on the area. And then, of course, he would come pick me up. Sometimes he'd go in because he wanted to check and make sure it was safe for me. Oh, he was such a gentleman until he had an affair on me. But anyway, that's besides the point. He was really a good husband during that time. So he goes to the door this particular night, and he come back, and he's got this shit-eating grin on his face. And I'm like, what? And he's like, oh, you're going to love this party. And I said, why? And he said, this is a good crowd. And he was like, I wish I could stay for this. So I was like, whatever. So I was like, it must be somebody in there funny looking or something like that. So I get to the door, and this big, tall, I couldn't tell if it was a man or a woman, come to the door. And I was like, okay. And you know me, I don't care. I love people. I don't care. I was like, hey, my name is Reese. I'm here to do the party tonight, whole type thing, right? So, so I was like, so I came in, and next thing I know, it's like all these women, and that's what the party is, right? All women. Well, I wish my cousin would have told me, because I would have brought more things that was suitable to the type of alternate lifestyle that these people live, so I can make more money, right? So of course it turned out to be a hoot. They loved me. They were like, man, you're like just down to earth. You're cool, blah, blah, blah. So that was a party. Another time I did a party, I had to go by myself. I was a mess. It was shortly after the divorce. I was trying to do things on my own. and I was frustrated, but I was rushing. I had everything all packed up nice and neat. I'm in this very fancy hotel, getting ready to do a bachelorette party from a repeat customer she wanted me to do for her mom that was getting married. They did not tell me that they were going to have strippers there or nothing like that. And all of a sudden, guess what happened? My bin falls out in the lobby. A whole bunch of dildos, because I already set the batteries in them and everything and stuff. So all these wiggly, little rubber ding dongs is just vibrating across the floor, and floppy the little girl bit thingies just dangling all over, and toys and lotions and everything on the floor. And I was just like, oh my God. I was sweating so bad. I was so embarrassed. And, it was like, people was like, oh my God. And people was just like busting out laughing. And then there was a couple people was like, oh, I'm sorry. Can I help you with this? And I'm just like, oh my God, this is embarrassing. I was so embarrassed. Now, keep in mind, I got with my ex-husband when I was a very young teenager, like 13. We were together like most of my life. So I never really did much of dating. It was just him. So in a certain sense, I was kind of naive and kind of like innocent to stuff like that. I've been in the ghetto. I've been in the best of the best. I've lived with some of the most richest people in America. And so, but I've really not been that grimy girl, that gutter girl in public. I'm kind of like, oh my God type of girl in the public. So it was like, oh my God. And so I said, you know what, put your big girl panties on, get these things up. And I was like, get this dirt off of these ding dongs. It was crazy. So anyway. Oh yeah. Yeah, that was another thing. One of the guys was like, you don't really need them. I can help you out. I was like, boy, bye. You probably need one. Anyway, so yeah, but it was funny but what made me get out of that business was the same thing, is that I used to teach these women how to, plan romantic nights and how to set things up. And I give them my number. You can call me at night. Call me anytime if you need help, you want to set something up, you want to try something new. I was, always, with the marriage things. So husbands would run into me with their wives, and they would be like, "Oh, honey, this is my consultant. This is the lady who, helped me with this and other." And one guy, I never forget, I went to school with him, but I hadn't seen him in years, and I didn't know that was his wife. And so when he met me, he was like, "Hey," he was like, "I ain't seen you in a long time." And she was like, "You know her? This is the lady. This is the lady who does the parties." And he was like, "The parties?" And my husband was standing there, and he was like, he was kind of chuckling. And the guy says, "Thank you so much." He said, "Oh my God, I could just kiss you right now." And my husband was like, "Yeah, no." And, kind of like, and he was like, "Man, our life totally changed since my wife started coming to your parties." And I was just like, "Okay, thank you. I'm glad that I made your sex life better." But we're kind of in the middle. I think that time were we in Chuck E. Cheese or Publix? We were in the grocery store, I think, that time. But another time I was in Chuck E. Cheese, and I was like, I gotta stop. I can't do these parties. I'm just running into all these people, and all these people are just don't understand that this is not my whole life. I worked a professional job at that moment, but that was a side hustle. So anyway, yeah. So yes, Eden. It was crazy. Oh my gosh, not the black bag. Okay, there's a corner in the closet where you put this little box there, and you put it there. I'm just kidding. But I used to have all these things. My kids told me after they got grown, like they just told me this recently, that they actually was telling their dad, and then and stuff too. They said that they used to go in our room and go through our things. Well, there was another time a plumber was doing some work for me in my other house, and he had to pull the washing machine out or something. I don't know how it got there, but he pulled out this big rubber thing, and he goes, "Oh, I hope this wasn't what was clogging up your drains." And I was just like, "Oh my God." And it was like, the plumber is the plumber that, you remember I went looking for the plumber? It was that plumber, and he's known me since I was a little girl. And so it was like so embarrassing. He was like, "I'm going out to tell your neighbors what you have in your house." It was crazy. So kids do look for these things. They find these things. I don't think they go looking for them, but they find these things, and they're curious. And they said they used to put water guns and water in the the little calling them things that they didn't know. They were wondering why they had this powdery stuff on them. This is the stuff they just literally, was talking about the other day. But anyway, nevertheless, I mean, that's just life. But let's get to this church thing. So I tell y'all all this story just to tell y'all that. So date night can be very spontaneous sometimes because you like to keep your things spruced up. So if you're all the ladies that's married or, have, wives and husbands and all that great stuff. Just nosy. Or, whatever. Maybe you just have a boo thing that come on it over, twice a week or once a week or once a month. Who knows? Every 6 months. Hey, some of you maybe once a year. But, sometimes you want to spruce things up. So we decided, okay, we're going to do date night. And so I got a card, you get the flowers at work and the card says, meet me at such and such address and, this hotel. So I said, okay. So I said, you know what? I'm going to step it up. I'm going to put on me something very nice, very, very sexy. So I got all dazzled up. I took my time. We go through so much. I did all this shaving and all this, making sure everything is, just particular and sorry. Nima tried to take me out with that one. Woo, girl. Nima, girl, listen. I mean, at least I had opportunity to lie about the bullet thing. I was like, that's for it to go in the. It did. I had a massage mitt. You put the bullet in the massage mitt, and you use the massage lotion, and it gets very like warm, and it vibrates and stuff, and it's very good. It's a very nice massage thing. Okay, that was partially the truth, but to have the kid to be using it, I would have died. But anyway. So yeah, role play date night. So, okay, so I'm going to meet them there. So I was like, okay, first of all, listen, I tried the Brazilian wax thing the other day. For the first time, I was like, I'm going to try to go to the Brazilian wax thing. I know this is TMI, but it was a disaster. It was an epic fail. I'm not going to get into the details of that because that's a little too personal. But I wanted to try it for the first time, but it just didn't work out. So I'm going to have to try it again. So anyway... So I decided I'm going to try to do all this stuff myself because I tried, but my cousin told me that to prep before you go. So that was the wrong answer. So you prep before you go, and then they tell me you can't come in here already cut up, to cut it or whatever type thing. So there was a lady in there, and she goes, yeah, I read everything. I researched this for months, and I let my stuff grow out for 3 months to make sure it was long enough, because the longer it is, the easier it go and the less painful it go. And I'm like, ma'am, they said for you not to be bald. They did not ask you to have the whole damn woods up in here. You done got the whole forest down. The people just can't even see. Never mind. Anyway, but that's what she did. She was in there. She was just patting and all that and stuff at the desk. Talking about, oh, she had hers done. She told me it just. I said, well, do it hurt? She said, no, it just, and she just kept rubbing like this and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay. She told me, no, it just make me want to itch. I'm like, okay, I don't know if I really want that. So I was like, okay, well, since y'all can't do the front, can y'all do the back? Girl, listen, let me tell you, it was awkward. It's like, really, like, the lady was trying to make conversation. I'm like, lady, listen, this is just too much. So, yeah. So anyway, oh, it still hurt. Oh God. So yeah, I was like, so, because everybody keep making a big hoopla about it, right? So it's like, okay, so every woman wants to have that, whatever. So anyway, so I go through all this, this little thing, and then, I'm getting ready, and I realize that on this side, there's this little, big little patch of hair that I missed. Where did I miss that part? Anyway, we just gonna leave that for character. Anyway, not that y'all need to know about all that, but let's get to the point. So I get dressed up, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna be real hot when I go tonight. So I got my hair done. I slicked my edges back. I put on my eyeliner, my makeup. I mean, I blushed. I mean, I did everything. I put on this nice fitted dress, okay? Picture it, Sicily, 1977. I was sucking in for my whole life. All day I was on pineapples and fruit and water and lemon juice. I was, girl, listen, it was going to be so delightful and tropical when it, I was trying to make it happen. Honey, I went through a lot. So I put on this dress, this very fitted dress. I didn't put nothing up under it. I know TMI, but this is going. It's the reason why I'm telling y'all all this information. Trust me. So I put on this dress with nothing under it because I'm like, it's nighttime. All I'm gonna do is get out my car, go straight to the hotel room, and right. That's what I said. And then they just be like, come all the way down, come all the way down, and they're like looking at it like this. I'm like, oh my God, really? But anyway, so yeah, but back to the point. So he said the room is right here. As soon as you come in, you just turn past the lobby, it's right there. The room was like right there. So it wasn't, so I was like, okay. So I didn't put nothing on under it because I was going to be very sexy and hot, right? Okay, so the invitation said, let's just say it said Mickey Mouse Hotel, okay? And then it had an address. Well, the address didn't match Mickey Mouse Hotel. So OnStar, I called them heifers, and I was like, look, OnStar, I'm trying to get to Mickey Mouse Hotel. They said, well, this address doesn't match. Let's send you to this address is the only one we have in that area. That will take you to the Mickey Mouse Hotel. So I was like, okay, got it. So we go into Mickey Mouse Hotel. So I go there and I'm kind of like, this all right, but damn, did he downgrade me or what? I like fancy hotels and stuff. So I was like, okay, whatever. So I went on in. So I came in and it didn't really look like a lobby area. So I was kind of a little bit like, So, but when I was walking, I seen like these double doors and stuff. And I was walking and there was this man standing out in the front door like he was guarding the door. And I was like, he better not have planned something crazy, like some strippers or something, right? So I was like, okay. So I'm like, okay, that's not the room number. He said it was the first one over here. So I'm trying to call him and tell him, you've given me the wrong number type thing, right? So he's not answering. So I'm like, okay, this is some BS. So meanwhile, I realized that it's really cold in here. So now guess what's happening? The girls are poking out. They're looking. They're trying to see too. Where's the room? So I look, and so I'm looking at the door, and then the man keeps staring at me. And I forgot for a minute that I didn't have on a bra, and I forgot about the girls and all that stuff. But then I'm like, why does he keep staring at me? And then he looks at me, and he kind of smirked. And then he kind of drops his head. And the next thing I know, I hear music. And I'm like, oh, okay, somebody having a party. So no problem. I'm just going to try to find my way. So I have to walk back past him. All of a sudden, I realized that there was a church service going on. And now they open the doors open. And all the ladies and the sisters of the church is coming out. And there's this one, with the ugliest ass wig ever. I'm like, I know back when I was a kid, they wore ugly wigs, but she still was wearing it. And all of a sudden the guy looked at me and she gave me that dirty look, and I'm at this church event with my nipples sticking out, no panties, no bra, and I'm standing there and I'm just so embarrassed. If I would have been white or light skinned, I would have been red, highlighted in purple, because I was just so embarrassed. I was like, oh my God, what is it be with these hotels? And then the lady was like, she was like something to me, and I didn't know, what was I supposed to say? Have a blessed night? Or, so I was like, oh my God. I'm like, and with all the pastor stuff going on, great. So, and then the guy had a nerve that before the lady came out, he was looking and all that and stuff. He gonna do like this. He talking about some, and she talking about some, Lord have mercy. I was like, oh my God, they're gonna pray for me. But I just went up there to the front desk, and they was having, why would they be having church? And so I was telling my friend, and she was like, well, church people do go to church on, Wednesday nights. And I was like, well, I was just trying to go get some, I was not, I was like, not my fault. But I was like, so I asked the lady, I was like, where is room so and so and so? And she goes, we don't have a room so and so and so. So I was like, oh my God, I'm at the wrong hotel. So the whole time I was at the wrong hotel. I know, but that lady was looking at me like I was the dirtiest thing alive. I was like, oh my God, this is how I end up at church. I should have just went on in and just repented right then. Like I should have just went on into the church, because it was just one of those moments. So that was basically, it wasn't like a big thing about the church, but that's how I got to the church. But I did get to the right hotel, and boy, did I get to the right hotel. So I actually, that's when I had the drinks, and I really needed them, because by the time I got there, I was sweating, and I was just like, oh my gosh, it was so embarrassing. And down that hall, it felt like they had every single light on me. And it was like, okay, I was okay, but I had to come back down that way. And then they opened up the church doors, and all these church ladies kind of started coming out. And then I guess they were like saying, basically, I don't know what, like something, probably saying, oh, look at this little floozy. I mean, I wasn't like doing anything wrong. I was at a hotel. I mean, they shouldn't have church events at a hotel. I'm against that. I'm totally against that. Don't have church events. Yes, liquidations. The pastor, he was, oh my God, Pastor Wilson, he was too much. He was doing too much. So anyway, it was funny. He was like, I never told you, they put the wrong hotel name on there. You should have just went to the address. And then it was just funny. We just kind of laughed it off or whatever. So I always like, so I was just like, okay, whatever. So anyway, the night ended up nicely, but I stayed up all night, and of course I never went to sleep. And then, I was floating on cloud nine. So when I got back home, I took my shower, I put on a load of laundry. Girl, it's good when you come back and you cleaning the whole house, and you just can't even go to sleep, girl. You so excited. Well, you done been to sleep. Now I ain't gonna say, you kind of doze off for a minute, but you know what I mean. But you just on cloud now. You just got so much energy, girl. That is the best time of the best time. But honey, next time, how about we just do this meetup at the house? Because that was just a bit much. I'm not running into, I think I just have bad luck with hotels. I'm telling you, it's always something with me in a hotel. So yeah, no. But yeah, that was the only thing that happened. I didn't really go to church. And I don't know. I just wanted to do something different. I haven't did nothing in a long time. And my life is very Manila, if that makes sense. It's very boring. Like I go to work, I take care of Gabby, and that's just what I do from day to day thing. I paint, I play with my babies, my dolls, and I dress them, and that's it. That's my life. I don't go out to events. I don't do parties. I don't do clubs. I haven't met with some of my girlfriends in so long. It's just, but oh gosh. Oh yeah, I used to do that when we first started dating. I would show up at his house like with a just a coat on and stuff. I'm telling y'all, I've done some wild things. I actually got pulled over by the police one time. I had a Yorkie, and I used to take my kids like to school in my pajamas and stuff like that. But this particular time, I was drinking this green tea. It's called ballerina tea. I don't know if y'all know about that. It makes you poop a lot. Like it's a diet tea, and it makes you poop a lot. So I was really like tired of so I just didn't have on clothes because I was just tired of going to the bathroom. I know something in TMI, but I had on a robe. It had a tie. I was dropping the kids off to school. At that time, I think, why was I home? I might have been on vacation. So I was dropping him off to school. I came back home. I was coming back home. I really had to go. So I was really trying to get home. And you know how when you gotta go real bad and you got the runs and stuff and you start sweating and your hands start getting wet and stuff because you really got to go and you're trying to get there. I was trying to get there because it felt like it was going beep, beep, beep. Felt like I was about to have a little accident. But there was a school zone. And so I guess I went faster in the school zone. But I had a little Yorkie at the time. Was it Yorkie or my miniature schnauzer? Miniature schnauzer. Was it the miniature schnauzer or the Yorkie? I can't remember. I had a little dog in the car with me. And it was a puppy. And if my kids were that little, it was my miniature schnauzer. And so when I got pulled over, the police officer says to me, he said, you're in a school zone and you were speeding. And I said, I'm sorry. I said, and I was real quick. I said, my puppy, I said, I was just dropping my kids off to school and my puppy almost fell. And I was trying to push him back and I accidentally pushed the gas, whatever, something I told him and it worked. At least I thought he bought the story. The story was so stupid. But he looked down and he says, okay, I'm going to let you slide this time, miss. And he said, my name. And he said, I'm going to let you slide. He was like, you have a very nice day, okay? And I was like, thank you. And he gave me this little smirk. And then when I looked down, my road was a little bit partially open. So, well, I didn't get a ticket. But I probably will never see him again. I don't even remember what the guy looked like. But yeah, I've done some wild racing things. Oh my God. No, but that day I thought I was going. I'm telling you, it was right there. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have a little accident. I was running to the bathroom. I was right there by my house too when I got pulled over. I was like, oh God, because I was trying to get there. I didn't care about no school zone. It wasn't no school, no kids out or nothing like that. I wasn't like flying. I was just trying to get home and I wasn't really even thinking about the school zone. I was just trying to go. Because that T, it works, but it really, really sends you to the bathroom. Like, you be like all day. Like, I used to time it. Like, okay, I'm going to start drinking it an hour before I get off. So by the time I get home, and I used to drink it, but I don't drink it anymore. But that stuff worked. I mean, you will lose weight, but you also going to lose everything inside you. So that happened to me before. But on the sexy side of things, I have tried to come in with an all button down dress or a zip down dress or just a coat and just all kinds of, I remember the first time I did that, he went, oh my God. He was like, come inside. When he opened the door, I just kind of like let the coat fly open. And he was like, oh my God. He was like, what if you would have got pulled? He used to always tell me that. What if you got pulled over? I was like, it's relaxed. Nothing's gonna happen. And then he would be like, oh my God. Like I would do stupid stuff, random stuff. And then you get relaxed and you get content and then you just don't do stuff like that for a while. And then, the next thing you know, your neighbor's doing it for you. I mean, well, okay, maybe that's how I lost my first husband. Okay, maybe not always happen that way, but ladies, if you're in a relationship, don't get content. Just keep things sparked up every now and then. It's okay to be a mother. It's okay to be busy. But every now and then, flowers, roses, whatever for your guy, candlelight dinners, your wife, whatever, keep things spruced up every now and then. Of course, yes, life is about other things. You got to be spiritually connected. You got to be just mentally connected. You got to have more than that in common, but it does help and it plays a good part. It's a good stress reliever too. I mean, I'm just saying, I just heard that from a friend that it's very much a stress reliever. So you should definitely try it. So this is going to conclude story time. Ooh. Cause see, this what happened. Then you start getting those midday texts and stuff again, and then it's like it's all new again, and you have this happy glow on your face, and you're like, I think he likes me again. Am I blushing? You know, I'm like, wait a minute, I don't want to respond too fast, you know, like I was just sitting here all day waiting for that text to come through. You know what I'm saying, girl? You know, because you also too have to still have that game, because men love a good chase. You know, men are hunters by nature, and so they like a good chase. So every now and then, you know, you don't want to, they can always put their finger on you. That's too easy. You want to make them kind of wonder, like, where she's at. Not too much to where they think you're cheating, and then they go cheating with somebody, be like, oh, I thought I did it because I thought you did it. And you're like, I didn't do it though. You know what I mean? So, oh my gosh. So guys, if story time, let me know, guys. If you guys like story time and we can sit and do this and laugh, I mean, I love hearing you guys have been great today. Like, this is what I like. This is what I like about the Chatterbox. I can have any type of conversation. My girls come through. Y'all have me cracking up laughing. Y'all done made me pass out like 100 times in here today. Just that quick. I cannot stay long because I am painting a lot of things. And I'm working on a lot of things, guys. And then I'm also wanting to get my house like totally cleaned up. Like really, really clean. Like, you know how you do, sometimes you clean and you straighten up through the week, but I want to really deep clean my blinds, all that stuff. Girl, that's that. I'm talking. That's that good 1100, girl. I just feel like I need to be up in here like Betty Crocker, you know, all that. But yeah. So yeah, so we could do, at least we should do story time. Like, at least one of our live streams should be story time. The other time we could do the dolls, and we could do the doll kits and kit reviews and, you know, the drama of the community, all that stuff. But let's do story time every now and then, because we're all adults, right? And we're all grown, and we do other things. We, of course, I mean, according to tonight, we play with other things other than dolls. So, man, I just wish we were all so close in like the same state, because I would like definitely do like doll meetups, like at least every other month or something, or quarterly or something. But stay tuned. I'm working on that. I mean, I really appreciate that IDTS has the Florida show. So I'm like I've been thinking about trying to do something at the IDTS next year. But because my daughter is due so close to the show, I'm kind of iffy, because I don't want people to be disappointed if I end up not making it. So I'm waiting till she get closer along in her pregnancy to find out if I can be for certain, because once I commit, I will be there. So, and if the ladies that are coming there, maybe we can have a hangout that, you know, one night or something after the, you know, show or something. I don't know, you know, during the show, but you know what I mean? Like, there's different windows where people be kind of like, okay, y'all want to go to Walmart in our PJs, or, you know, people be doing stuff like that at doll shows. So anyway, that's more to come. Like I said, again, it was fun. I gotta go. My time is up. I was waiting for my silicone to cure. So I've been, that's another thing. Multitasking. I'm painting Posey. Posey is my baby love child that I'm working on. That's another story for story time. So I will talk to you guys later. And thank you guys again. Bye. Don't tell my business in the streets either. Don't be telling people I be all at the church flashing people. And then never mind.